いちゃおうイエーイ今日のゲストはミリちゃんです。ミリちゃんは一緒にこのカンパニーに入ってきたので同期なんですけど、一番最年少のダンサーでめちゃめちゃ素晴らしい表現力のあるダンサーで、いつもね勉強させてもらってるんですけど、そのミリちゃんにどこの学校でいたかっていうのをちょっと聞いていきたいと思います。今回はミリちゃんの過去についていろいろ聞いていきたいと思いますので、どうぞよろしくお願いします。Welcome, Miriam.
Hello, thank you so much.
So nice to have you here. First question is, please introduce yourself.
Yes. Hello, everyone. I'm Miriam. I'm from Germany, from Hamburg, and now I'm 26 years old. And this is my second season with Noriko here at the Staatstheater Braunschweig. We came actually together the same year. Yeah.
Nice, thank you. So actually she's the only one German dancer.
Exactly,
right?
the only
company.
one.
Yeah, so she speaks German and helping so much
Translate
to the company. We need you. Then next question is, could you explain or just share a bit your dance history, like why you start dance?
Yeah. So actually, I was starting with artistic gymnastics. Yeah, I was doing this very intensely, and my aim actually in that moment was to become a gymnast.
Wow.
Like I was really, yeah, kind of. Was at the beginning, but I was in a quite good group in Hamburg, so it was an intense level. And then I did like beside a bit of dancing, ballet, but yeah, it was really very like a loose level, let's say. And then it happened after some years that I had to stop, or I stopped gymnastics, and I went more into dancing because my dance teacher, she was encouraging me to go more to the dance direction because she somehow saw something in me, and it wasn't for her never so much about the technique in that moment because I was still fresh in dance, but she saw like the expression, let's say, or something that she enjoyed. And then actually there are just two schools in Germany where you can do your high school diploma with dancing inside of the school, let's say, the normal high school. There's the Staatsballett Berlin, the ballet education, and there's kind of half contemporary, half ballet in Essen. The school is called Gymnasium Essen-Werden. So then I auditioned there. It was quite late, like I was 16 when I went there, so let's say I started a bit later with dancing, and there I really started like properly, let's say technically and stuff. It's some hours away from my home, so I had to stay in a boarding school. That was always my dream somehow.
Really? Wow,
so yeah, to live in a boarding school with. So that, and then we went to normal high school, the last 2 years of high school. There I had inside the school, but also after school dancing, theory, normal school dance a lot. And that was kind of a pre-education to prepare for the university.
Wow.
Yeah, that was very good that I went there to have understanding more preparation.
And there you had the ballet, contemporary, different types.
Exactly, modern dance, ballet, contemporary, also point shoes was there. Yeah, it was not my best subject, but we did variations and stuff. And at the end of the year, we had the school show. And then the real university started after. With the Essen-Werden, with the pre-education, we went in the Netherlands to go a bit around, to have a look where we can go. And then I applied for some schools, also Kodars. I was there, but I didn't get accepted at the end. But they had kind of a cooperation with a school I didn't know, Zürich University of the Arts in Switzerland. And then they told me, yeah, I can audition there for free, la la la. So at the end, without really knowing what was there, what is this school like, I just went there. It's called Zürich University of the Arts in Zurich in Switzerland, and it's a really beautiful school. The first impression was great because like a very big building with many arts, acting, design, so many things now I don't remember, but and contemporary dance, the bachelor. Now they have a master in teaching and choreography as well.
Wow.
So this is like how I got in there, and then I got accepted. But what I know from reading or from friends, that normally you have to send I think like a video application of where you introduce yourself, your CV, motivation letter, these kind of things, and then they decide if they invite you to a live audition. Either now it changed a bit, either in Zürcher, Switzerland, in Barcelona, in Spain, or Livorno in the north of Italy. So now there are more options. But I think you have to pay a little fee of 100 to 200, 300 euros for the application process. I don't really remember, but I guess you have like a ballet class, you have a contemporary class, then I think you need to show solo, which you also sent before, something like this, like very usual process, maybe improvisation as well, but there I'm not so sure anymore.
So actually I want to ask you this school, Zürich,
ZHdK,
about this school. So maybe you can tell me like kind of like what you do in a day, like ballet school, ballet start and then contemporary? Or?
Like in my time we started at 9 until 6 in the now I'm like, how did we do all of that? It was a full day. We have every morning one ballet class, 1 hour 15 I think, or 1.5 even, 1.5. And then you have also a modern technique or a contemporary technique. So you have two, like 3 hours, let's say, in the morning. And then you have a lunch break. And after we started with a choreographic style. So we always had a guest choreographer coming.
So
repertoire, either they created new for us. Also we have a bit of a dance history classes, more the theory. Music theory, so you learn about the musicality, all the technique also there. And what they also progressed now, because my school was still fresh or new actually. Now they also have improvisation class, fitness, like also health prevention. So it's really much more full. And that I found actually super nice. We had also yoga sometimes, but now I think it's even more variety. So you had the morning the techniques, let's say, and in the afternoon a bit of history, but often it was very about the guest choreographers or the practice.
That's nice. So actually, many guest choreographer teacher coming.
Yes,
to teach.
Exactly. We have like fixed teachers, but also guests coming. And for the choreographers, always guests. Actually,
that's nice.
This was actually what I enjoyed a lot there. That we had many performances and many possibilities to learn different styles, to work with different choreographers. Because somehow it was like this, that you start in September, I think, or end of August. Then you work with a choreographer or 2 choreographers, and then you have the school show in December, 2 shows, and which is nice. And then you have the repetition of this show in February again, or in January, something like this. Then you work with new choreographers, and then at the end of the school year, like in summer, you have another 2 shows. And from your second year on, you have the repetition of that after summer, something like this. So you always have half a year shows. So that was
that's nice. So
part.
It's not one time and that's it.
Exactly.
You can develop something.
Exactly.
That you do. That's nice.
So it felt a bit more like a junior company in that time, because it's a lot focused on the practical things.
That's
and
nice.
Not so much writing. Theory, a bit here and there.
How many students, like a classmate?
In my time I think we started with 23, 24, but at the end we were like 18. So some people dropped out somehow.
So then they want to become a contemporary dancer?
I would say now even more. Of course, it's not ballet direction, but the technique is very important. So you can go, I think, also if you can, to a neoclassical direction, because also now they invite very choreographers who are famous, let's say, or like actually whatever talent, like skills you have, they're gonna push that. But the focus in my time was more like a content company direction.
Nice.
But now I think also the freelance, like the freelance scene is also more included.
You said the choreographer, you run something and then you can perform. Do you have a chance to also show your own work?
Yeah, this we did just in the end of the second year. That we had to create a solo, which was part of the studies. Because then in the third year is like it's 3 years of school. The first 2 years you're in the school, and the third year is an internship year. So you apply for companies, but also also the school has very good connections now. So they invite directors also, or you go to the companies. So if you're lucky, you get a job in a company for 1 year as an internship, or you do freelance projects. So ideally, you're not there in the third year. If you're there, you also get included in other things. So the second year was a solo, but I can imagine that maybe now is even more of a self-creation, because this was not so much in my time.
I see. Is it international school?
Yeah, totally.
But speaking is English
It's
or
English.
No?
No. Very, very international.
Okay,
Yeah,
nice.
it's in English, and I would say Zürich as a city itself. It's the biggest city in Switzerland, and it's quite an international school, international city. So with English, you were very well.
Probably you need the test, no English test.
Maybe.
Probably. I don't know, but
that could be. That you could speak well English. Yeah, and the school, like the whole school itself, it really had like a nice atmosphere because there's so much different art. It's like a nice inspirational thing, and it's very big and modern, and you feel also, or I felt very good being there, like in the whole thing. And what was also funny, like next to our studios, there's a dance academy, the ballet academy of Zurich, so the ballet. So there they doing the crazy ballet stuff, and we are like the contemporary version. So it's also nice sometimes to exchange.
If you want to say like, do you remember how much was cost 1 year?
Yeah, for international students for a semester, 6 months, it was 1,220. So in total 2,400 something. For Swiss people it's a bit cheaper, but maybe there's also the possibility to get some scholarship.
Normally it's so expensive.
Yeah, also Switzerland is an expensive country, honestly, to say. So some of us, we had some jobs aside, which of course is heavy because you already study a lot. But maybe there are some scholarships or if you find good housing, there's like possibility for student house to live, so it's a bit cheaper. But it's very beautiful to live there. Like I would go back if I can.
Compared to here.
Like already here's a cute city, but
different, right?
The quality of life is beautiful there.
It's true. So you liked Switzerland?
Yeah, I liked it a lot, and with the school, of course, I guess I had a good time with my people as well, so that made it great. And I just remembered that sometimes when there were shows around in other cities in Switzerland, they booked like a bus. So after school, we went all together in the bus every year, let's say.
That's nice.
And then we didn't have to pay to go to performances. And so we could see the companies, perform. And there was always a lot of around a lot of dance art.
That's beautiful. Nice. Sounds really great school.
I really enjoyed it. Of course, it's always also a personal thing, but I think the base is nice.
Nice. You want to say something about school? I think you said already about special school.
It's like a choreographic project or something that you work on kind of choreographies, but you don't perform them at the end. Like it's more like research, like to get something new. Like I don't remember how this course was called, but in my year was also a highlight that there's this festival called Steps in Switzerland. I think every 2 years they invite big companies, And my year, we were also a part of this festival.
Okay, nice.
So we were touring around Switzerland, which was like, I think that was a plus to have in the second year for us. I don't know if it's still happening, if the schools years are doing this, but it's a lot of shows somehow. I realize now that it's good preparation.
Nice. Nice. And after you graduated, of course you get the bachelor. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. And then after, how became a professional dancer?
So I was in the third year, as I explained, there is this internship year, and I got a job in a company in Sweden, very up north. No one lives there.
Okay.
So I was there for a year, like having the first insight into a company life, and we were 4 interns, so we all had kind of our own production also, then also plus with the rest of the company. So that was really nice to get like a first insight. From there, actually, I just applied whatever I could see, and I actually auditioned also for Braunschweig already then. And then I got offered a project here in Braunschweig for the youth stage theater, let's say. Then Corona happened, we couldn't work, that was a bit difficult, but I think I was still lucky because I had this project here, plus Gregor, our director, here in Braunschweig, he offered me one guest contract with the company.
Okay, nice.
So I was doing a bit with them, but then COVID came. But I was still having the contract for some months, so I was here with the company a bit. Then I did some freelance, another project here with the Youth Theatre Braunschweig. Yes, and then after 1.5 years being here, I was 2 years a company dancer in Rostock. It's a city north of Germany, northeast. There is a small dance company, just 8 dancers. And then it was clear that my director had to go, unfortunately. And then I also, I didn't want to stay, and I was auditioning around again, like it always is, no? And then I applied here again because I was like, okay, I will try another time. Maybe this year it fits, like for a full-time contract. And it happened that it worked out.
Very nice.
We matched, and I'm
nice.
super happy.
Very nice.
So when did we come? Summer
2024?
23.
Summer
23, and then back in Braunschweig, which was nice because I knew the city already a bit, and I always liked the company, how they were with the guests, the concept of the company. And then now we are here, second season.
That's true. Do you have any audition tip for young dancers? Because for us it's quite difficult if you come from Japan and it's shock,
Also the culture is different.
It's different. Do you have some tips?
Tips. I mean, I think really by doing more and more auditions, you get more experience in a way, or you know a bit better how to behave, or in a way like to maybe, for me it helped to stay a bit more calm, to stay really like authentic to myself, like because I have the tendency to compare myself a lot with people, and I think an audition for me it was helpful. I focus on myself, of course, still being open to the room and what's happening, not to be like too tense or too pushy, because we're all in the same boat, like we all want the same, but we can do it in like a nice atmosphere, I feel. And somehow this like staying a bit calm, focused on myself, like having fun, of course, because it's such a pressure situation for all of us, but to keep it a bit more easy, like this I try to do more and more after each audition, let's say. But I think this is also a thing of practice.
Of course.
And sometimes I even enjoy to then meet new people, new places. Yes, like I don't know if this is really a tip, but to enjoy it.
Do you have what is your dream?
I think first of all, really to keep on having a like healthy body, to be able to do my job, to do what I love for a long time, possibly. So I, of course, this somehow is also a bit my experience that you learn get to know your body better, how to deal with it, but yeah, to keep like healthy and sustainable for a long time. I enjoy my time for now being here, and then maybe at one point, I don't know if I want to try maybe also a different company, a different city, but there I'm very open to what is coming. But that's for beautiful. For now I know I want to continue dancing.
Very good.
And in the back of my head, maybe I have some plans maybe in the future. But for now, I'm really like
very nice.
Like enjoying.
I mean, you are youngest no?
Yeah, like
in the company.
Even then.
Still
some time. Hopefully.
Nice. Then last question is, please give a message to young dancers.
A bit what I said maybe also before. To keep on learning. Keep on being curious and like hungry for what you do. Take it easy and like most important to be really true to yourself and be who you are and show this to whoever is there and
Thank you, Miriam.
Thank you so much. First time really like talking too much.
Super nice.
So nice that you're doing this, really. I said before, because also for me, before I did the pre-education, I didn't know what is around there in school, so especially from so far away.
No, it's really nice. I can get to know you more, and then I mean, you are such a beautiful dancer. I feel it's from heart, and then like it's really beautiful. So you should watch the video things. But just to move one arm, it's like there's a story. I can say seriously, I'm really happy to work with you.
No,
and
me
to
too.
see
Such an inspiration to work together.
Both. はい、ということでミリちゃんありがとうございました。とても素晴らしいお話をしていただきましてですね、本当に素晴らしいダンサーなので、ぜひチェックしてみてください。私本当に一緒にお仕事できてとても嬉しいです。今回のビデオ最後まで見てくださってありがとうございます。このチャンネルがいいなと思った方はいいねボタンとチャンネル登録お願いします。それでは次回のビデオでお会いしましょう。バイバイ。